people tell Team 10 that they were just feet away when a San Diego police officer shot a suspect already in handcuffs. They say they heard everything, and you are about to be among the first people to hear their version of what happened that day. Team 10 investigator Mitch Blocker returns to the alley where the shots were fired.
Philip Owen says he clearly heard a gate slam and wrestling noise in this narrow alleyway.
I was on the other side of this wall here.
And so, how thick is this?
It's about a 1/4 inch of wood.
I mean, you can hear through this.
Yeah.
He says he was inside this shed the day Victor Ortega was shot and killed by Officer Jonathan McCarthy in Mira Mesa.
It sounded like they were on the ground wrestling around.
That's when Philip said he heard handcuffs go on.
I heard a couple footsteps and then 2 gunshots.
Officer Jonathan McCarthy chased Ortega from his home following a domestic violence call, according to the medical examiner's report. The officer was in his car, Ortega on foot. They met in an alley up to 500 yards from Ortega's home. Police say Officer McCarthy tried to get Victor under control and that his secondary weapon fell out of the left ankle holster onto the ground. Police investigators say the officer kicked the gun away and Ortega tried to grab the primary weapon. Police say Officer McCarthy shot Ortega because he feared for his life. The autopsy report says the right wrist has impressions made by the handcuffs. The left wrist has a similar impression presumably made by the removed handcuff. The autopsy report says detectives stated medics removed a handcuff to render CPR. Ryan is Philip's younger brother. Neither brother knew Ortega. He also heard the incident but saw nothing. Detectives questioned both brothers separately. Ryan said detectives were skeptical over what the brothers say they heard.
They were kind of mentioning that, I didn't know that it was a handcuff. So the whole time they were telling me, it's like, there's no way to tell that it was handcuffs without seeing it. So they said, it could have been, anything. That's what they were telling me.
Victor was unarmed at the time of this incident.
Attorney Christina Deming represents Ortega's family in a civil rights lawsuit filed in federal court. She says there is one thing no one heard that bothers her the most.
None of the witnesses heard any warning that the officer was going to open fire, and you would think that if Victor had posed a threat to either Officer McCarthy or anyone else, that he would at least be warned, hey, I'm going to shoot you.
Now, the family says the district attorney's office recently met with them and that the investigation does continue.
And we understand there's a rally coming soon, is there?
Yeah, the family is going to protest tomorrow at the federal courthouse downtown. They are hoping that people will join them and protest for what they call justice.
So a lot of facts to be removed, and looked at in this case.
Yeah, still a lot to uncover.
All right, thank you.